Expedition 33 has a very serious problem, and that is Maelle is broken. And I mean broken, like full on God mode. She can never die. She trivializes every single fight she's in because she's in God mode. And it only takes two things to make it happen. First of which is a weapon that is completely unmissable. And that weapon is the sword Malarium, I'm not sure how you pronounce it. Doesn't really matter. You can see it there on the screen. You get this sword in Old Lumiere after defeating a boss there that I won't mention for spoiler reasons, but it's an unmissable boss that you have to fight. At max rank, it's an S in vitality and an A in luck, but once again, none of that matters because you can outlast your opponent because you can never die. At level 4, allies will recover 20% of their health on switching to Virtuoso Stance. Level 10 states applies shell when health is above 80%, and I stress above because I'm pretty sure that specific effect is what is causing this bug to happen. Last but not least, at level 20, you switch to Virtuoso Stance when your health falls below 50%. Now what's interesting here is that if you watch the footage on the screen, when her health falls below 50%, the sword triggers. Also, when she dies, the sword triggers. Also, anytime she heals, the sword triggers. As you can see when we drink the health potion, the sword triggers. Now, we don't know exactly which part of the sword is triggering, but something on the sword is triggering. And therein lies the broken part that we can easily exploit, because that trigger is apparently considered a buff. So all we need to do is equip the healing boon Lumina, which states that you heal for 15% of your HP on applying a buff. Anytime the sword triggers, we heal for 15% of our HP, preventing us from ever dying. She can take any amount of damage, it does not matter. She cannot die when you equip this one Lumina. You can also equip it as a Picto, it doesn't really matter which way you equip it, as long as you have the ability that states that when you apply a buff, you heal for 15% of your HP. She cannot die as long as she has this sword equipped as well. Now, you're going to see some other videos out there probably, or you may have seen some other videos that state that you need a bunch of other stuff to be equipped in order for this to happen. You don't. That's the combo. It's the Malarium sword and the healing boon Lumina. The great thing about this is once you have those two things equipped on her, you can build her out however you want. You can build her as a massive damage dealer. You can build her as a tank to soak up hits for all of your other party members. It doesn't matter. Sky's the limit. You now have an immortal shell to do with whatever you want to do with, and relatively early on in the game too, especially if you're completionist and plan on doing all of the other little side doodly bops that there are to do in the game at the beginning of Act 3. Now, two other Pictos or Luminas that I highly, very highly suggest that you do equip are Draining Cleanse, which consumes 1 AP to prevent a status effect, and then you also want to equip Energizing Pain, which states that you no longer gain AP from parrying, but instead you gain AP when being hit. These two combine together to make it impossible for any status effect at all to be applied to you, including stun. Because you are immortal, you can get stun locked and you just can't do anything in combat, and then the enemy can't kill you and you just have to exit the game and reload, which is something nobody wants. But by equipping these two Luminas or Pictos, you ensure that you can't get stun applied to you, along with literally any other status effect. And from there on, the sky's the limit on whatever else you want to equip, because you can equip pretty much anything you want with Reckless Abandon. Do you want to be Glass Cannon? Sure, go for it. That 25% increased damage that you take isn't going to matter because you can't die. In Medias Res, or however you pronounce that one, so that you can start the battle with 3 shields and then equip Powerful Shields so that you can get 30% increased damage, go for it. Having your HP halved doesn't really matter because you can't die. So this is clearly an absolutely busted bug, and it's clearly a bug, and I look for it to get patched relatively quickly, probably in the next patch, but I wanted to make you all aware of it so that you could abuse it now if you want to. Many of you are not going to, and I don't blame you, because it's going to remove a lot of the fun from the game, because the combat in this game is actually fun, and having the risk of death and having to start over from a previous save is what makes combat enjoyable. So there will be plenty of you out there who will not want to abuse this bug, and I don't blame you, but I wanted to make it available to those people who may want to use it in their playthrough. Maybe you're on New Game Plus or something like that. You just want to see how crazy you can get. Well, there you go. You can become immortal with Maelle. We all thought she was broken before. She's definitely broken now. All right, that's going to wrap it up for this video. Hopefully you all found this video helpful and informational. If you did, please consider hitting the subscribe button and notification bell so you can be notified when I upload other videos. And if you're looking for some more of my content, you can find a link to another one of my videos on screen right now. channel. I want to give an absolute massive shout out and thank you to all of my channel supporters for helping to keep these videos sponsor free. You all are absolutely amazing people. If you would like to become an official channel supporter, check out the links in the description below. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment down below. Let me know what you thought. If you're shy, you don't like to comment, just hit that thumbs up button and share your support. Until next time, thanks for watching.